welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm back with my car. Today we're going to install a Sunstrip, which is black vinyl across the top of the windscreen. Start off, you need to give your windscreen a quick clean. You need to get rid of all the dirt, grime, grease, a bit of soap and water. Just make sure there's no residue or anything left on it. Sorry the camera's a bit grainy. First time I've used it, only just bought it the other day. Just getting used to the settings on it. So yeah, give it all a quick wipe down. Make sure everywhere's nice and clean. Microfiber cloth so it doesn't leave any bits behind. Make sure there's no grease or any marks left on it. Once it's all clean, give it a quick another spray down. You need to keep the area nice and wet so that the vinyl can slide around and not stick to it. Then you want to mark each side so it's even. I used one strip of masking tape as to measure the distance. I stuck it down like so. Well, getting the as you can see, I'm just getting the length of the masking tape right here. Stick it down to mark where I want the vinyl to go to, and then I use another piece of masking tape which I put at the bottom of that piece of masking tape to mark the exact spot, and then the long piece of masking tape I'll take off and use on the other side. Like so, lay it down across the windscreen, and then I know I've got it the exact same length on each side, so that makes sure when I put the vinyl on it's even, it's not wonky or anything. Couldn't think of anything worse than having it wonky. Once that's done, you need to get your Sunstrip, your piece of vinyl. I think this was like £2 off eBay. And basically you start peeling it, peel the backing off. You don't want to get the backing wet itself, but you do want to keep the vinyl nice and wet. So peel it back, like so, peel a bit, and then get your spray bottle and just throw a bit of water on it. Just like that. That stops it curling back up, stops it sticking so much, keeps it so if it does stick, it's peelable. There you go, just peel all the backing off it. Spraying as you go. Throw a bit more water onto this. There we go. It's nice and wet. There we go. Once you've got all the backing off, just give it another quick spray down, just to make sure it's all nice and wet. Then you want to pick it up carefully. You don't want to fold over the corners or get any creases in it. And try and put it on as evenly as you can, making sure everything it touches is wet. And you don't want it to fold over and touch itself too much, because then it might stick to itself. And then it's basically a case of trying to line it all up and make sure there's no creases in. So get one side lined up and over to the other side. And at this point it's just really a case of going backwards and forwards, redoing it, knocking the creases out. So, and back to the other side, get it nice and wet. Make sure you keep the whole work area wet while you're moving it around and you're adjusting it. And just keep moving it all around and adjusting it bit by bit. And you'll gradually get it perfect. It does take a bit of time. Don't worry if it doesn't go on evenly straight away. You can just keep moving it, readjusting it, go to the other side, and it is just a case of backwards and forwards. Push it down, move the creases around, and try and work the creases out of it bit by bit. There we go. I'm sure you get the general idea of what I'm doing. Yeah, like I said, it was only about £2 this strip of vinyl Sunstrip off eBay. That include postage. Very cheap mod to do. Then with your squeegee or piece of plastic or credit card or whatever, wrap it in a towel or some kitchen towel or something. It just means that you can put as much pressure on the vinyl as you want without worrying about scratching it. Just while you're doing the main, working the water out and the bubbles. Start at the bottom, get that tacked down nice and secure. Go all around it. And just literally work your way through. If you see a raised bit or a bubble or a crease, just gently work it outwards towards the edge until there's no creases or marks or bubbles or anything left in it. Because the vinyl's overlapping the sill of the window, or the edge of the window, it won't go down into the corner completely, but you don't need to worry about that. Once you've gone over it like this, and got all the creases and bubbles out of it, and it looks as good as perfect as can be, like so. Just give it a quick wipe down, make sure get rid of most of the water off it as well, so it's close to being dry. Then grab your razor blade or your knife or X-Acto knife or whatever knife you're using, make sure it's nice and sharp, and just start working your way around the edge. Be careful of your window rubber, try not to cut it out. Sorry this has gone out of focus. Again, I haven't figured out how to manage the focus on it properly yet. But basically go right round the very edge of the window, being careful not to cut the window rubber. Take your time, do it slowly, no point rushing it. And then once you've done one side, go around to the other side and carry on doing the exact same. Literally take your time, follow along the edge of the window, don't cut through the window rubber. Can't stress enough not to cut through the window rubber. And once you've cut it all the way around the edge, just peel off the excess. Peel it slowly, don't rush it, because if you haven't cut somewhere enough, it'll just peel the whole thing off and all your hard work will be ruined. Just gradually, gently peel off all the excess. There, right at the edge there, I hadn't quite cut it enough, so I just had to make sure I peeled it properly. And then once you've done that, go around again with your credit card or piece of plastic or scraper or whatever, and make sure you just go around the edges and push in those corners where we've just cut. Make sure it folds in nicely and it's all neat. Any excess bubbles that you didn't get originally, you can push them out really easily now. They'll all just come out. And just make sure it's all well tucked in, all the vinyl around the edge. And again, just make sure you cover every single bit of it. Just go over it all again lightly. Just finishing it off, finalising the position of it and making sure all the corners are tucked in. There's no little bubbles left, no little creases. It's completely smooth. Then just give it one final rinse down, wipe the window down, make sure it's all nice and clear. And that's it, finished. All done. First time I've ever installed a Sunstrip. Never touched vinyl before in my life, and it was pretty straightforward to do. Just follow these few simple steps. Keep everything wet. Don't get the backing wet though, but keep the vinyl wet and the surface wet, and just keep adjusting it. Make sure you measure both sides before you lay it down to keep it even. And that's the finished result. So I hope you enjoyed this video and this little tutorial. If you have any questions or anything else you need to know or want to know, just drop a comment in the box below. Give us a thumbs up or like if you enjoyed the video too. And I'll see you again very soon, hopefully with more tutorials and car videos, as well as the usual gaming videos. See you again soon, everyone. Bye.